Hey everybody, it's Chef Raji and we're going to go over the chocolate tempering basics. You already learned this in class, but I want to reinforce this stuff for you so that you feel confident. So, what are we doing? We're going to take our Calibo dark chocolate, it's 811, and we're going to bring it to total melt of 120 degrees. That's what we're shooting for. We're going to then bring it down to 88 when we work with dark, 86 when we work with milk chocolate, and 84 when we work with white. We're doing the dark today, so let's focus on bringing it to 88. Why do we temper? For stability, snap, and shine. Without those things, your chocolate is not good, it's not delicious, it's not anything really. It's just, well, you know what it is? It's this. Check this out. It's pretty waxy looking. It doesn't even look like dark chocolate. This is untempered chocolate. This is what happens when you don't get it to those temperatures and you try to use it. No one wants to eat that candy, so let's do it the right way. Two methods, seeding and marble. We're going to be focusing on seeding today. So I've melted my chocolate. I have it to 120. How do I know? I've got this chocolate over a bain-marie, always over a bain-marie, never directly on the stove, because it will burn and smell and you will have to throw it away. So I'm going to test my chocolate, and I am slightly higher than 120. I'm about 121, which is great. I want to remove this from the heat source. Remember, we don't have to boil this hot. We can keep it very low, and actually when it starts boiling, I just turn it off. I let the residual heat melt that chocolate. So I'm 122. I'm feeling good about this. I actually have it in this bowl so that I can throw in seed. These are little pieces of tempered chocolate that we got out of the bag. I'm going to throw in about a third of the weight of what I have in here in the seed, with seed. So the seed now is going to take the temperature of my chocolate down. It's taking it down so that we can get it to 88. From 120 down to 88. I know I need a little bit more. The rule with chocolate is you have got to stir it. You can't just dump it in and walk away. You've got to stir it. So we're going to be stirring this for some time, and you've just got to be patient. If you're not patient, it's not going to work. So be patient. So I'm stirring vigorously. I'm not whipping. I'm not beating it. I'm just stirring. All I'm trying to do is get the beta crystal out of the seeds to release as the temperature is dropping in here, so that my chocolate is full of this beta crystal, which means that the cocoa butter will stay connected to the chocolate and not migrate out. This is very, very important. When we're dipping, when we're molding, all of these techniques require liquid chocolate that has no chunks in. So the danger always is putting too much seed, and then you have to either reheat it and start again, or strain it out and waste chocolate. So go slow. I'm stirring. The stirring is good. And now I see I have no more seed. I have no more pieces. It's all liquid. So what happens now? I retest. Constantly testing with my digital thermometer. I'm at 102, 103. Okay. What will I do now? I could add more seed and risk not having smooth chocolate, or I could add what we call the ice cube. These are chunks of tempered chocolate. They're going to help drop the temperature. Once I get these dark, chunky bits to release some of the heat in this bowl, I fish them out. I take them out. I'm done with it. However long it needs, I will stir my chunks, or my ice cubes as I like to call them. Let's keep testing. I can touch the side of my bowl, and I know when it starts to feel almost like body temperature, it's good to go. I'm still at 100. I'm at 101, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Again, patience is vital here. This is not something you do quick. This is something more that you do because you love doing it and you want the correct results. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. And my chocolate now is at a good temp where we want it to be. We're at 90, 88, 90. Kind of okay. We're looking for 88. As I'm at 90, I can just about finish stirring, and then I can fish out my ice cubes. because they've done their job. They've helped me drop the temperature, and they've allowed me to have a really smooth tempered chocolate with no weird lumps. So let's get these guys out. I just throw them on a piece of paper, put them in a bowl. You can do anything you want with them. Now the test. I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to dip it, and I'm going to let it sit on my table for about 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, that chocolate better be set, or at least have the illusion of setting, because if not, I don't think your chocolate's in temper. But you have a very short amount of time that the chocolate is going to stay at this temperature, because it's actually going to keep going down. And if it goes too far down, like if it gets to like 85, it's going to start to thicken up, and it won't be usable anymore. So you have to reheat it. So how do we do that at school? We don't have the kind of equipment that fancy chocolatiers have. Here's what we use. A heating pad from Walgreens. We cover it with a little bit of plastic, and we put some towels on it just to keep it from getting too hot on our chocolate. And we found that this really works good in keeping our chocolate at a stable temperature. The other thing is, you'll see lots of towels around, because we don't want water or steam or any droplets of water to fall in this chocolate. Because if that happens, oh, you'll see, it doesn't look good. It'll start seizing, meaning it'll clump up, and it will change the color and texture of your chocolate. So water mixing in with this at any point is a big no-no. So keep chocolate out, always have a towel, make sure all your tools are dry, your surfaces are dry, and everything is constantly dried out. So we don't have accidents. And right down to 88 degrees. 88, perfection. So at this point now, we can fill molds, we can dip candy bars, we can make showpieces, we could do all kinds of things with this chocolate. And it's going to be snappy, shiny, and stable, which is exactly what we're looking for. So, good luck. I know you can do this. So remember I told you to test it first. I want to go start dipping right now, but I had to make a test. I dipped the tip of my knife in the chocolate, and you can see it catches the light. It's shiny, it's stable. When I touch it, you don't see my finger, really. It doesn't come off in my hand. So it's ready to go, and that's the true test of your chocolate being in temper. Make sure you do